and welcome to HCN Evening News Bulletin with me, Clinton D'Souza, and here are the top stories. Once again, the roads of Goa are in the headlines. This time, we are back on the Atal Setu and the road below Atal Setu bridge in Panaji. At some places, the potholes are hot mixed and carpeted, while at some places, they are left unattended, leaving behind commuters to suffer a bumpy ride.
This is the entry point at Atal Setu via Ponda. Look at the potholes. It is so deep that commuters have to stop and then proceed ahead. While on the other side, you can see how the road is bad, completely gone below the bridge near the Mirse Circle, which is completely destroyed. More than the tar, there is more of dust and broken hot mix pieces. Even the traffic police on duty are suffering due to this dust and pollution. We will also take you on a virtual tour of the Atal Setu and nearby areas. Take a look.
Today we are at the Atal Setu bridge, which was constructed recently, which went under repairs and numerous of times, and today we are focusing once again on the potholes that people have to witness. There are many people who have complained, hence we had to personally come and visit the Atal Setu, and now we are showing you exactly how many potholes this bridge actually has, right from the start from Porvorim till the end of the bridge to the other side while going to Ponda side as well. Now see the actual scene of what is the state of Atal Setu in spite of repair works done again and again. This is Clinton D'Souza here at Atal Setu.
Herald has been in the forefront of being the voice of people, agitating against the manner in which the project of double tracking of rails through the President village of South Goa. On May 19th, in the peak of the pandemic, the deputy collector in fact rejected all objections to land acquisition and cleared the way for the railways. Shockingly, the locals are yet to receive official copies of the order to challenge the decision before the High Court. 30 days, the limit for filing up, has also lapsed. HCN spoke to Olancio Simoes, the Joint Secretary of Goinso Equal, representing umbrella groups of the People's Organization Against Such Projects, spoke to HCN on One-to-One Watch.
Olancio Simoes, welcome to this discussion on HCN and Herald. We are here to discuss the ongoing agitation and a lot of anger amongst the people because of a new notification of the Southwestern Railways looking at acquiring additional land for double tracking after the court has given some strong observation against double tracking. So this has come as a bit of a surprise, but I would like to begin by saying that, as we all know, that all the villagers, many people across 100-odd survey numbers had gone to the deputy collector raising objections to their acquisition of land, especially in coastal Salsette and coastal Murbogam especially. Apparently, order was passed on May 19th by the deputy collector dismissing most of these or all of these objections, paving the way for land acquisition. What has happened since then, and could you tell us a little bit about what happened on May 19th and why the people have not been able to go approach the High Court against this order of the deputy collector?
See, first of all, this double railway line acquisition is first of all an illegal process. Now, what has happened is we had raised objections to the deputy collector, stating that the entire process of acquiring the land for double tracking is in violation of its own rules and regulations. Now, as per the initially the acquisition took place, what tried to acquire in 2009, where the land was supposed to get acquired under the Land Acquisition Act 1894. Then subsequently, because of objection of the people, and then government had dropped that plan. So eventually, it was the Southwestern Railway came up with a new proposal of acquiring the land in 2019. So in 16 September 2019, we received notice from the deputy collector for procurement of land for expansion of double railway line, where the land was supposed to be acquired under the Right to Fair Compensation Act, under Right to Fair Compensation and Transparency in Land Acquisition, Rehabilitation and Resettlement Act 2013.
Yeah, Alyssa, just for the because we have time constraints, if you can quickly request to jump to the current situation and why it got dismissed.
Yes. So coming to the question, coming to this acquisition under the Railway Act, first itself is illegal. Now to acquire this land, they have to follow proper procedures, and this is what we asked. Now the collector came with an order. When our council Kallus had represented this matter, the collector came up with the order dated 19th.
Yes.
Now, and we received, that is, we mean just one or two people received this order on the 20th.
Right.
So the idea was what, that the deputy collector wanted to cross that 30 days limitation which we have, 30 days time period which we have to challenge the order in the High Court, which you get that time to normally in 30 days you are supposed to challenge a particular order, whether if you want to challenge it in High Court or wherever court. So here again the deputy collector, under the pressure of the present government, did this illegal act so that none of the villagers could take this matter ahead with the higher authority or with the High Court. So now when the Southwestern Railway talks about again acquiring some land, this is completely illegal. Now the joke is that Ministry of Railways is violating its own laws.
How is that?
The Ministry of Railways, under which the Southwestern Railway is constructing this project, they are violating their own laws, which clearly says the Railway Act 1989 have guidelines. First of all, they cannot acquire land bit by bit. They are supposed to acquire land on one stretch, the entire from the project which starts from Castle Rock to Goa. They have to acquire every land. They cannot start land in bits. Now, if they cannot acquire land in Kasauli or ROC, then they cannot start the project. But here what has happened, they have started the project in Chandor, where just handful people have given them permission, they started. And those who have not given land in Chandor, for example, the church property or other areas, the double railway line is forcefully acquired, illegally trespassed in the property and started construction. So this high-handedness of this government, which is in connivance with the Southwestern Railway, thinks that if they can bypass all the land of the law and they can do whatever they want, they are highly mistaken. Because people
from what you just told me, it is actually extremely shocking. Are you saying that because of this, because 30 days have passed since May 19th, the locals can no longer approach the High Court against this order?
So this is likely. This situation will arise, but obviously we will definitely legally
raise the matter.
Place the matter to the High Court and explain them this fact. But here it was very clear that the deputy collector, which is in connivance of the government, planned to give us this order so that with delay was only reason to see that we could skip the order so that we can challenge it in the High Court.
In a shocking incident, 3 members of a family, including a woman residing near the MES College, Nagar, Vasco, committed suicide lazily due to financial issues and alleged harassment. They are found hanging in a rented room on Tuesday morning. A punch of the area said that the actual reason of the family suicide is not known as yet, but however, the police are further investigating this case. The SP of the South Goa had informed the Herald that the angle of police harassment is also under investigation.
Through sources, we got to know that there is a suicide that has happened in my ward. मागीर ताबडतोब थंयच्या नाव जेन्ना खंय इन्सिडेंट जाला पळय ही थंय पावले आणि then the police were already doing their work. go to see, there were 3 people, म्हणजे a woman, her husband and her brother-in-law, म्हणजे देर, हो बायल आणि तिचो देर, 3 जणांनी फाशी घेतली. आता व्हॉट इज द रिझन वी रियली डोंट नो, पण 3 जणांनी एकाच वेळेक आत्महत्या करप म्हणजे हो व्हडलोच प्रश्न आसा. पण आय थिंक वी ऑल बिलीव इन द the police facilities that we have in Goa.
At many places, locals have stopped the entry outside for outsiders and others visiting several touristic spots across the state. Looks like even Panjim will soon start doing the same if dumping of waste continues in several places. In this story, we will show you the state of Tigurbai Lake at Santanis. Here, the entrance of the lake is damped with alcohol bottles. Take a look. Every year, June 30th is celebrated as a World Social Media Day to highlight how it has emerged as a key tool for communication. From connecting people from all around the world and the corners to helping influencers grow their brands and assisting journalists to cover important news events, social media has become a game changer. Social media has grown in popularity, so has the scrutiny that platform comes under. With controversies surrounding their use of data impact on mental health, hate speech, election results, and fake news, the social media platforms are under more pressure to be transparent with what goes behind the scenes.
Today, it's possible that the world can do something. Earlier, what used to happen was United States used to do something and we used to only follow it maybe 2 or 3 years later. Today, it's here almost in the next minute, and that's only possible thanks to social media. The entire COVID 1.0 and 2.0 has seen the emergence of social media in a very large way, especially when it comes to relief, be it across our own country or state, or be it across the world. We have access to knowledge which is very quick in nature. We have experts that can actually talk to us from wherever they may be sitting down. The world is converged thanks to social media. Social media, good or bad, anything in excess is evil. We need to also regulate how much social media we really use in our lives, how we accept it. Not everything that you see on social media is the solemn truth. So you need to read between the lines and understand what's good and bad.
And in such a big way, but how we use it as citizens is very important. Either you use it for the good things or either you use it for the bad things. Like for me, for example, I do all my work on social media to highlight issues. So I use it for the good reasons of it. So there are a lot of people who sell their brands, everything on social media. So it is how we come forward and we spread the word that social media is the in thing. Now during this coronavirus time, I think so the social media was one platform that linked all of us, especially we being all at our places and we being corona warriors on ground level assisting people. We were through WhatsApp, we were putting on Facebook, we were doing things to Instagram, Twitter. So we were trying to connect all the possible resources and through YouTube, everywhere possible, so that people are aware what is happening in certain areas, what was our need, how we connect. So this was one of the reasons why social media during coronavirus has really helped us locals.
Happy World Social Media Day to all of y'all. As social media is a core part in this pandemic and we all are connected to each other through this social media, and in this current situation social media is playing a very important role. Being an influencer staying in Goa, and I have been doing this for like around 4 to 5 years now, and it's been a crazy journey. A journey where I'm learning from my own self, I'm learning from the internet, and it's a continuous process wherein I have learned a lot in this current time of mine. Travel couple influencer, I and my partner travel places in Goa and around India currently. So we travel places like unseen locations of Goa, waterfalls, beaches, and numerous places. Goa is beyond beaches, and Goa is beautiful. So we are just exploring ourselves. The content is purely cliche, and we are just creating our life through those travel memories. And I have learned a lot.
And social media has brought about a lot of changes, a lot of revolutions over the couple of years, where not only creators like me have benefited from it, but even businesses and other people who are on social media have benefited a lot in terms of business, in terms of reach, and hence this day is important because it has served a lot in the lives of all of us. So the biggest question out here is social media good or bad? Well, like any other thing in the world, everything has its pros and cons. In a similar way, social media also has a good side, also has a bad side, and it is very subjective, and it depends from person to person of how we utilize social media. For example, social media could be good in many ways, which it has been. It has been helping businesses, helping creators grow, and also spreading a lot of awareness when we share the right kind of messages.
About how the social media has helped us during this pandemic, I would say social media has played a great role. It has been a key in breaking the boundaries that were laid down due to the restrictions or the curfew or the lockdown. It has been the window to the real world, because through social media people have connected to the loved ones, have connected to communities, have done their shopping through online modes. They have used the social media to reach out to the people.
The Supreme Court on Wednesday ordered the National Disaster Management Authority to frame guidelines for payment of ex gratia compensation to the family members of persons who succumbed to COVID-19. The court's order came in response to the plea seeking ex gratia of around rupees 4 lakh each to the families of those who died due to this virus. The centre has submitted the affidavit and the state government cannot afford to pay this and had urged in favor of the broader approach, including health intervention. Well, that's all we have on our today's news bulletin. For more updates and news, please do subscribe YouTube channel at HCN Goa or stay alerted on Twitter and Facebook at O Herald Goa. Until then, take care and stay safe.